This is a recording of this year's Virtual Residency Fair. We'd like to take the time to thank the programs that volunteered their time to present to this year's applicants. This year's PM&R Scholars Virtual Residency Fair is supported by PM&R Recap and Ultrasound Guidance. PM&R Recap is the leading resource for your physiatry board preparation, clinical preparation, audition rotations, and beyond. PM&R Recap offers 35 hours of review videos, hundreds of review questions, and oral board cases to help you become the best physiatrist that you can be. Head to pmnrrecap.com to learn more. Ultrasound Guidance is the innovative new online ultrasound learning platform that gives you instant access to expert instruction. With rapid scans and complete scans of every joint and peripheral nerve, Ultrasound Guidance is the perfect way to jumpstart your MSK ultrasound learning. Visit ultrasoundguidance.com to learn more.
Awesome. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
And can you see my screen?
Yep.
Beautiful. So,
Perfect.
hey guys, my name is Sammy Patel. I'm a PGY3 at University of Florida, PM&R residency. Thanks so much for logging in so late at night. I know you guys are probably tired, but we kind of happy to show you guys our program and excited to kind of see where we've gone this year, and excited to kind of see all you interested medical students in our program. So this is just a quick picture of our main Shands Hospital. So our program is in Gainesville, Florida. A lot of people don't know where Gainesville is, but it's home of the University of Florida. We're a 3-year advanced program, so we start at PGY2 and go up to PGY4. Throughout your years here, you'll have a deep dive in all the subspecialties in PM&R, including sports medicine, TBI, integrative medicine, neuromuscular medicine, peds rehab, and pain medicine. Right now, we have 12 faculty attendings. We have 3 new hires who will be starting this in the next coming months. So by the time you guys admit and matriculate, we would have probably 15 or more attendings. We have 4 residents per class. This is our second year in having residents. So we have currently 4 PGY2s and 4 PGY3s. Here's a link to a virtual tour of the hospital if you guys want to copy that down. And I can try to pop that into our chat at some point. So I know this is a busy slide, but just wanted to break up what your PGY2 year looks like versus your PGY3 and 4. So on the left side, your PGY2 year, just like a lot of programs in PM&R, you'll spend all 12 months at our inpatient rehab hospital, which is just down the road from the main Shands Hospital. At our inpatient rehab hospital, you get a really in-depth and high volume exposure to a lot of complex patients and a really, really good variety of different PM&R and rehab issues. Patients that we admit are acutely admitted to the hospital with stroke, spinal cord injuries, heart failure or heart procedures, TBIs, we have amputations, orthopedic traumas, and then you have even the weird neuropathies and myopathies and debilitated patients. Earlier in the year, we were dealing with a lot of COVID patients and debility from that, and also a lot of interesting complications from COVID courses. In the PGY3 and 4 years, you'll spend primarily as outpatients, and you'll kind of dive into sports medicine, movement disorders, peds, interventional and non-interventional pain management, amputee clinics, EMGs, of course, and research. So some electives, and these are subject to change and primarily really just subject to addition of more electives. But integrative medicine, and we have a faculty that are well-versed in acupuncture and stress management. We have a very complex running medicine clinic and program, which is a really good opportunity for research and also just kind of self-interest. We have a sports performance center, which is really kind of the epitome of University of Florida being such a athletically involved university. So research is a really big part of our program. We have a really amazing staff guiding and leading us and with research projects. I believe the entire PGY3 class have at least published one article or research project so far. And the new PGY2s are already involved in research, and they've only been here for not even a month. So it's really nice and to have supportive research faculty and guidance. Here's some topics of ongoing research, really involving kind of all the different avenues of PM&R and related topics like sports, TBI, pain management. So really, whatever you're interested in going into or pursuing after residency, you'll definitely find research applicable to that while you're training here. So just kind of breaking up for a lot of commonly asked questions. Most applicants and med students ask what the typical day is like at our hospital. So your PGY2 at the inpatient rehab hospital, rough hours are about 7:30 to 5 p.m. A lot of attendings will have you come in later to start rounds, and usually you get to leave earlier than 5 p.m. But that's just the general kind of framework. You primarily take care of admissions that come into the hospital, and they come in usually around, I wrote 9 to 4, but they usually come after 10 o'clock and until about 4 p.m. After which, once you finish your work, you're free to go home. We have dedicated didactics every Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And that's protected time, so you won't be getting calls in between, and you can really focus on our didactic lectures and M&Ms, which are once a month. The call schedule is really a unique feature of our program and really a highlight that I think all the PGY3s and PGY2s now can agree upon. Is the home call is really a chance to be involved in the hospital, but also take care of your family life and spend time with your family. The call schedule starts from 5:30 p.m. on Friday until the following Friday at 8 a.m. During which you take phone calls, troubleshoot orders, and of course manage some acutely decompensating or troubled patients. During this time, you always have guidance from attendings. All the attendings are always very, very reachable via phone or text. So you're never really left alone, and very easy to troubleshoot a question if you need assistance. A lot of applicants ask about what type of equipment we have, and we have a really, really well furnished outpatient lab as well as inpatient. We have a well-equipped EMG lab, and I believe that's only expanding. We have a big fluoroscopy suite at our Heart and Vascular Institute down the road, where we do our procedural rotations. And we were able to secure a portable ultrasound that we right now are using in the inpatient hospital, but we'll hopefully add to that collection and have some more portable ultrasounds floating around for the residents to use. So general application requirements, just like most programs, and I won't go through everything, but you can read from this, really the standard application requirements that most programs have. We like to see at least 3 letters of recommendation. So here's just different sites that we rotate at throughout your 3 years here. OSMI is one of our kind of bases. We do our didactic lectures here, and as a PGY3 and PGY4, you do a lot of your clinic rotations there, MSK Sports, pain medicine clinic, TBI and spinal cord injury, and PEDS is also there. Fixel Institute for Neurological Disorders is another building that's nearby. We have a new pediatric office. We have our neuro center. We have another outpatient pediatric center. And then the bottom right corner is your inpatient rehab hospital where the PGY2s will be at during their first year. So geography is always an important topic with Gainesville. If you look at the right picture, this is where Gainesville is on the map. It's considered north central Florida, and you can see it's in the north part of Florida and right in the center. It's a really interesting location because it's really 1.5 to 2 hours away from everything that you would want to go to. So you're not too far from either West Coast or East Coast. You're about 2 hours from Orlando and all the adventure parks and attractions. Tampa's about 2 hours away. Miami's a quick 5 hour drive, but definitely attainable. Jacksonville's about an hour and a half away. And you can even do weekend trips to Savannah or Tallahassee. And then if you look at the map on the left, this is just kind of a commute map for a sense of where our sites are. So in the center of the map is the UF Health Rehab Hospital, where you'll spend your second year. The second marker, which is about a 6-minute drive right now, maybe about 10 minutes with traffic during the daytime. That's the OSMI building where you'll go to for didactics and your PGY 3 and 4 rotations for clinics. And then if you look at the map, the hospital logo, that's Shands Main Hospital, and that's about a 10-minute drive from the rehab hospital. So everything's really in close proximity and easy to get to. Traffic does get a little busy during the afternoons, but at most you're sitting in traffic for about 15 minutes door to door. So people always ask about housing in Gainesville. So it all depends on where or what kind of setting you'd like to live in. Gainesville is very interesting that there's a lot of sections in Gainesville, and if you're interested in having a suburban feel, there's a lot of communities that are suburban. Hale Plantation is a relatively newer community and has houses. It has that white picket fence feel, a lot of tennis courts and bike trails, has farmers markets and festivals on the weekends, and a really nice place to kind of have a family and enjoy the town. Midtown is closer to campus. It's more exciting in nightlife, closer to the university, and you have usually a younger crowd, and you're next to or nearby a lot of the restaurants and bars. Celebration Point is also a newer developed kind of community point. They have a really nice courtyard area where they have live music and restaurants and luxury apartments. And it's a really nice place to just kind of walk around and enjoy the area. The Bartram is just one of the luxury apartment buildings in town. It's very close to the rehab hospital, and a few of our residents live there, as well as some of our faculty. And it's like a resort style luxury apartment. So this is just some snaps of some wellness topics, just to kind of showcase and highlights of Gainesville. So the top left is one of our wetlands, which is called Sweetwater. Really nice place to take a walk and enjoy the weather, see some wildlife and some alligators. We have the Natural History Museum. To the left, Swamp Head Brewery. I think there's at least 4 breweries in Gainesville, and I've yet to go to all of them, but they're all a really fun time, especially to go with your co-residents. There's numerous courts if you're athletic, basketball courts, tennis courts, pickleball courts, and soccer fields of the like. Towards the bottom, one of the highlights of University of Florida is the football scene and tailgating. Me and the other current PGY 3s now spent a lot of time during the tailgates last year, and it was a really nice way to bond with some co-residents that you haven't met before and really see the charm of Gainesville and the University of Florida. And then although we're not super close to any of the coasts, there's a lot of springs, which are clear water springs close to Gainesville. On the right lower side, you'll see Devil's Den, which is a really cool underground springs, which has really, really clear water, and you can snorkel and scuba dive there, and really a gem of Gainesville. Overall, a lot of nature, a lot of athletic things, and if you're not into those, we have museums and art shows. Here are our current PGY3 residents, and I think some of them have logged on today so they can help answer some questions. Here are our new PGY2 residents, and I believe some of them are on as well to give you the PGY2 perspective. And this is our 12 current faculty members. We have faculty specializing in general rehab, pediatrics, spinal cord injury, integrative medicine, in interventional pain, sports MSK, and two of our research advisors are here as well. And then this is our infrastructure. Dr. Storrs is our program director. She's also logged on here. Dr. Dubin is our vice chair of education. Dr. Sain is our associate program director. And Tara is kind of our life source here at our program, and she handles a lot of our headaches and she's the glue that holds our program together. Her contact information is there along with our website. So if you have any questions after today, you're free to reach out and send us your questions. Otherwise, we'll open up the floor to some questions.
Five minutes.
So I see a first question about research support in the department. So we have two very strong leaders in our program involved in research. That's Dr. Heather Vincent and Dr. Sabil. From the very beginning, they were very active in guiding us and exploring our interests in research and finding projects that we could get involved with very early on in the program. They're very receptive to kind of finding out where your baseline and research experience is and taking it from there and guiding you to where you want to be. And it's very clear that their overall goal is to have residents independent with research and creating eventually, if they're not at that level yet, eventually creating their own question and creating a topic and to completion to answer that question. Overall, it's just really, really strong research support, more so than I've had in any other kind of environment that I've been in. OMM, so as a DO in the program, I would say that have had really ample amounts of opportunities to use and develop kind of OMM techniques. I think the key word is autonomy during your PGY2 year, and the faculty are really amazing in letting you have a lot of autonomy in how you manage your patients, how you treat them. And if you are versed in OMM, to use OMM techniques if you think that'll help your patient. There's really, really an open mind towards OMT. And PM&R is really exciting field to be able to collaborate with allopathic residents as well and kind of learn from each other. In terms of compensation, I would say absolutely. Cost of living in Gainesville is definitely cheaper than other major cities. It is a little bit more expensive than other areas in Florida, but yes, so Tara just posted our salary in the chat. This year we had a pay bump, so the PGY2s are just over 60,000, and the PGY3s are at 62 and some change. I'm part of the GME Executive Residence Council, and we're currently fighting or, working towards having an even higher pay bump to kind of equate with recent inflation. And right now it looks like the administration is pretty receptive, and I think it'll work out. I think additionally, we get a lot of money for education. So the PGY2s, I believe, get $2,500 for conference and education. And you can use that for books, for educational materials, and transportation and cost for attending conferences. Tara also shared our virtual tour link, and she also posted some compensation numbers from our GME site. Any other questions? Any of the PGY2s want to log on and just kind of give your insight of how your first couple weeks have been?
Hey, Sammy, can you hear me? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Yeah, I'm Dave Droza. I'm one of the PGY2s. This might seem silly to emphasize alongside all the other things you could say about the program, but I've been here for about 3 weeks, right? And I just like coming to work. It's a feeling that I had during interviews, and was really happy to find that that was something that panned out when I ultimately got here and got to meet everybody. So when you're doing something day in, day out, like actually liking who you're working with and the staff and the team you're on in the hospital matters a lot. And I couldn't be happier with the program in that regard.
That's awesome, David. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, as a PGY3, we really loved our PGY2 year and really enjoying the PGY3 years. So in terms of, say, a question about audition rotations, you can definitely reach out to Tara, shoot her an email if you'd like to do a rotation here, and she'll help you get kind of set up. I think we only have a couple minutes left, so if any last minute questions, otherwise our emails will be on the chat and Tara's email as well, and you can shoot her a question to directed to a resident or to her, and she can help you get it answered.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for your time and your presentation. That was great. We'll kind of leave the Zoom call open for you guys to place your emails. Thank you guys, everyone, for coming tonight. Our next session will be on Thursday. Hope this was helpful for you guys. And like all these residents and program directors have said, please reach out to these guys. They would love to answer any questions you guys have moving forward. Give you guys a moment to copy down those emails, and then we will end the call. All right. Thank you guys so much for your time. Have a nice night.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.